He does have experience recruiting young talent.
Bill would always be like, this isn't like playing
the Charlotte 49ers.
Yeah, like he'd be like,
the Richmond Spiders.
You scored 4 touchdowns versus the Charlotte 49ers. See if you could do it against the Buffalo Bills. Now it's like, Bill, you better score.
You better beat the Charlotte 49ers.
So we're back, another episode of the Dan and Ninko Show, episode 147, a Bill Belichick special.
Chapel Bill.
A North Carolina head coach, Bill Belichick. He's going to be in college for the first time. He's going to be on the road recruiting. Now listen, this is my pitch on what Bill's going to do. I don't think he's going to go to every house. He's going to recruit the high 5-star, the big-time guys,
in their
right?
living room.
He's gonna pick and choose. All right, I got my runners. They're gonna go do all the recruiting, but I have my fastball. I have this is the guy we need. This is what we're gonna do. Bill Belichick walks in. Michael Jordan walks in.
Yeah.
Sit down with the kid. The kid just says, "Where do I sign?
Yeah.
Where do I sign?
That's
Give me the contract. I'm signing my letter right now. I'm going to play for you, Bill, because Jordan's going to come out with a custom shoe.
Yeah, with
Bill on it. Little Bill faces all over there.
The
Goats everywhere. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was a little shocked. I didn't think that he was going to be a college head coach. I'm shocked that a school would be handed a 400-page document on his demands. And
Manifesto.
They say, yes, I will do everything you ask of us. But with that being said, there's a lot of talk nationally now. I was just on Get Up this morning. They're asking me about it.
Can you play that clip of Rob Ninkovich taking a shot at Bill Belichick?
There's no shots. How is it a shot? There's no shots. It's a compliment. It's a compliment.
Shot.
He's going to have to recruit.
Took a shot at him.
Yeah, right. Look at that garage Ninko's in.
Where's the hair?
The hair's there.
He didn't put on any of the fibers.
No fibers today. It's just the early morning.
You see it now. Just check the portal right now. Look at all the
Look at that Patchy sitting up there. Now, talk about a flex. You could do drip. That's called the car flex. Got the OBS there behind me. Got the
car flex.
That's it.
You see it now. Just check the portal right now. Look at all the players that are in it right now. I'm telling you, it's a different animal. He's just going to have to be ready for that.
Go ahead, Ninko.
He does have experience recruiting young talent. Just saying, but I won't get into that one. But I would say this. I'm thinking back to when I was about to go to Purdue, right? And
Joe Tiller. Anyway.
He took the shot at him.
There's a compliment.
You tell him he's chasing like younger
He's not chasing,
women.
He landed.
Yeah.
There's no chasing involved. It's recruiting. He's going to have to go recruit young kids from high school, and he's going to have them sign on the dotted line. I am attending North Carolina to be coached by Bill Belichick. I mean, listen.
You don't think that Bill's scrolling on X right now?
Of course
like,
he is.
Saying, fuck Rob Ninkovich.
No, he's not. He's saying, yeah, I'm 72 years old, and I can recruit I can recruit young talent. It's the last thing. It's the last thing on his mind right now. He's thinking, how do I get the best 5-star recruits? This is what the pitch is. You talked about it on McAfee. He's going to be a program that prepares players for the NFL, prepares young players in an NFL program in college to where a team looks at that player and says, that's the guy I want because Bill Belichick was the coach. The program is the closest thing to a professional program, and maybe it turns into a place that, because all football players, all high school kids think, I want to go to a school that helps me get drafted or helps me go to the NFL. I think having Bill as a head coach in the NFL gives young players more of a I guess, road or path to being drafted. Maybe that's the case.
Yeah, I mean,
but I think a really big part of it's going to be,
though, right?
He's the draw, but I also think he's going to have to bring in. I mean, you really sell. You have to sell because when you're in college, the players are selecting the school. It's not in the pros where you draft a player. You are selecting the player. In college, it's almost like the player is selecting you.
Yeah.
So what do you need? You need a lot of money,
which you're getting.
NIL.
Yeah, which you're getting. They're like quadrupling.
And you have to try and keep your own players so you don't have kids transfer portaling you, which that happens constantly. So then what do you need? You need good salesmen.
Yeah, but don't you
to
think
keep the guys on the team?
He's got one of the best pitches, though, too. It's like, I can get you ready to go play in the NFL.
Yeah, that's what he did. That's what he said on Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
I can get you game. I can get you ready to play in the NFL. Now, do kids care about that, or do they just care about the money? I think you're dealing with parents now too, which is going to be more difficult. And then another thing that you have to realize is the majority of the kids that he's going to coach will not have NFL talent. The guys that there's only 1% of Division I athletes that get drafted or even have an opportunity to play in the NFL. So the majority of the players that he is coaching are less talented.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think that if you're an NFL evaluator of a team that you wouldn't put the kids coming from Bill Belichick ahead of some of the other kids. Maybe if they don't even have the talent, but they have the understanding of the NFL and all that, you would value that as an evaluator.
Yeah, I mean that's an evaluation tool where you could say, okay, Bill has maybe an advanced defense, and we know the kids that are running that defense they understand the game more. Bill's teaching them more about zones and man and formations and awareness and all the things that you need in an NFL player. My only question is, we all know Bill maximizes and tries to maximize your talents.
Yeah.
Does he have to dial it back a little bit? Because just like me coaching high school football, there's less talent. So when you tell a kid, hey, take the 45 step, get vertical, rip, dip your shoulder, turn the corner, get to the quarterback, they literally can't do it. So they have they're like, what? And then you try to do it and show them, and they're stepping the wrong way and they're falling down, and you're going to have less just football talent because everything steps up. You got your high school players, there's a ton of them. Then you go D1. Okay, those are the best players. So you think about it at Purdue, when I was at Purdue, every single player on the Purdue team was the best player in Kokomo, Indiana, or Joliet, Illinois, or Hollywood, Florida. They were the best player. Then they go to the team in college, and then they're just not. And then you have the best players that get drafted. So he's going to have a collective team of some good talent, some bad talent. He's going to pay guys. So how is he going to deal with paying a kid that he gets him and he's like, geez, this guy really is terrible.
Cut.
You can't cut him.
I don't know how that works. I don't know.
No, you can't. You can't cut him. It's not like in the pros, you have the ability to cut people. Okay, this guy sucks. Cut him. If you give a scholarship to a kid, he's going to be on the team. Now there's the transfer portal, and then you can recruit guys to come in through the transfer portal. Now, Steve Belichick, he's with Washington.
Yeah, so he'll get a bunch of guys probably.
He's probably going to have transfer portal over, but then also, how much are those guys making, and do you double that? And Steve is like, hey, these are the 5 guys that I want to bring here. They're good.
But here's the thing: is can't you get him some more transfers of his old buddy Nick Saban? Nick calls up some of those.
Come in and do some.
But he calls up some of those people because a lot of those guys at Alabama are still recruited by Saban. Right, they're so he has connections with them. So you don't think he'd make a phone call and say, "Hey, you should go over to my buddy Bill. Go over to UNC. Wear one of the nicest uniforms in college football or college sports."
Where are they though? Where's Washington? The Huskies.
Huskies, yeah.
Huskies football. What were they this year?
Steve had the defense ranked top 25.
All right, so the standings they were.
I don't think they were that good. I mean, you lost so many players from last year.
What is that? The Mount is that what conference is that?
What conference is
Pac-12? Is that Pac-12? That's not Mountain West. That's Pac-12, but they only have 2 teams on here. So the previous year they were 14-1.
Aren't they the Big Ten?
No, I think they're the Pac-12.
I thought they were the Big Ten.
No. Did they move?
Yeah, Big Ten.
They moved to the Big Ten?
Yeah.
Oh. So what was their win-loss? They were 6-6.
Yeah.
9-0, 14-1, and 6-6.
But you had lost like your entire offensive, offense, right? You lost your quarterback, your receiver, 2 receivers. I mean, you lost a lot of, hard position to get. It's one thing that UNC is going to have to do, right? Because they don't have a quarterback right now.
So Bill Belichick to UNC means UW likely will need a new DC.
Yeah. I mean,
do you sign a multiple-year contract, or can you just leave in college?
I don't know. I'm sure there's something behind the scenes there, because supposedly that was one of the pitches to UNC was that Steve had to be signed up as the coach in waiting, basically. The Mayo role. Sign a contract to say that you'll become the coach when Bill retires. I just think it's tough for Steve because, I mean, how long is Bill going to coach for? What if Bill coaches for 10 more years? Steve's just going to stay at DC for 10 years?
Yeah, I mean...
like, you just don't know, I guess, because Bill, I think, originally said he wasn't going to coach in his 70s, and then obviously he is now. Did you see the Wickersham article that came out about it?
No.
He talked about that every week, Bill...
Oh, they had like a
Patricia
meeting?
Lombardi McDaniels would have a meeting every week to go over everything with the NFL, team salaries, schematics, the game film, and all that. And they've all came up and said that the best job for Bill would be the Chicago Bears.
I like Belichick and the sound of the Bears and Belichick and Chicago and the history and the team and the talent. You would assume that they have a young quarterback with a lot of upside, and Bill, I think, would probably make the best of that upside.
Yep.
Like Josh McDaniels in Chicago, would probably be a good combination.
Yeah. But the Bears,
Bears weren't interested.
Yeah, they said it was not something they were interested in.
I don't understand. So on Get Up today, they asked me, "Are you surprised that Bill doesn't have a NFL opportunity?" And yes, I am 1,000% surprised, because if you are the Cowboys, obviously Jerry Jones doesn't want to give up control or all that stuff because he loves that, and that's not going to work. If you are the Chicago Bears, right, you need somebody like Bill to set up a young number one overall.
They're going to try to get Ben Johnson, though.
But there's just a constant repeat, and like it's just almost like a repetitiveness through the NFL of shittiness. Hire somebody, more shittiness. Like it just goes and goes, and it's more shit, more crap. At what point are you sick of that? At what point? That's similar to the Patriots. If they fire Mayo, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a problem. You can't let Mayo go and not think that you're going to take a step back. Just doesn't happen.
You just take a step back as a franchise. That's what people don't understand. Like, it's not even just a step back on the field. It's a step back of the franchise, because now, who's going to come? They're like, okay, you had it. Who are you going to hire right now? Your owner said that for the last 5 years he's been grooming Mayo to be the head coach, and then after your first year with a very flawed roster, he doesn't win, and they fire him right then and there. Who's going to want to come then? And the control factor, like they just want all the control.
I don't understand the articles, or I can't. Who's the guy's name? I can't remember. He's one of the guys that comes out with all these reports.
Ben Volen.
Ben Volen, yes. Yeah. About how there's a review on Mayo and they're looking back and all this stuff. Like that, to me, doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to me. You own the team. You know what's going on. I just don't get it. I don't get it. So I suggest they give Mayo, they say that the next 4 weeks he's coaching for his job.
Yeah.
What
against Buffalo twice and the Chargers.
And the Chargers? Who's the fourth game, or do they only have 3 left?
No, they have Arizona this week.
Oh, they have Arizona.
And then they have Buffalo,
Arizona,
Chargers, Buffalo.
Arizona, Buffalo.
Chargers, Buffalo. I mean, it's a tough one to say that, like, hey, your test is going to be against two of the best teams in the AFC.
A quarterback that just scored 8 touchdowns. Didn't he just score 8, or was it 4 and 4 or something? I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Yeah, like
craziness.
The problem is, you see that there's another report that came out that let me find it. Where is it? This one's a bad one, I think. Reports have come out that Jonathan Kraft was not on board with the hiring of head coach Mayo, as his father, Robert Kraft, was, according to the Boston Sports Journal. Jonathan Kraft, since then, has been more so leading the charge and can see him moving on from Mayo if the last 4 games are all losses.
Who are you going to hire?
But
you're going to have what? 9 jobs open.
Yeah. Well,
who are you going to hire?
I love the people that keep putting out there. They should hire Vrabel. And yes, Vrabel would be a great coach for them, but the Crafts do not want to give up control. And do you see Mike Vrabel going to a job saying, yeah, okay, I just want to coach a team. You can give me whoever you want.
No, Vrabel's going to want
total control
to what Bill had.
He's going to want, like, he'll let you hire a GM. Like, he'll let you have a GM that he's going to okay.
I also think that's what happened in
That's what happened in Tennessee.
Nashville. Yeah. Like, they had a GM that they didn't see eye to eye. Did the Hall of Fame thing here. Said there's not many places like this. They got mad about it.
Yeah.
And there was an issue.
And then people are like, well, we should hire Ben Johnson because he'll be the best option at head coach. Why is he going to want to come here? Again, if he has no say in any of the players that are being drafted, the scheme that he's like, none of that stuff. Like, why would anybody want to come to that? Like, if you're a good, I think Mayo is probably the best candidate you can have of what you're trying to fit it into.
Now, all these rumors and all these articles are coming out now from reporters. If there was a ton of issues, don't you think that players would have started saying stuff?
Yeah.
And I am going to believe a player way quicker than I am any beat reporter that has inside sources.
Yeah, the players want to play.
And now
Mayo.
here's another thing too. Like, you can influence a lot of different things. I mean, if you listen to Lombardi, right? And he talks about the Patriots and Mayo and all that. It's so negative, right? It's because he's going to be the GM for Carolina. So we know that they're friends.
He's defending his buddy.
He's defending his friend.
Yeah.
So anything that comes out there, like, that there's sides to these things. So who's on what side? Who are you loyal to? Who's going to help you get a job? All these guys they're also looking for jobs that a guy's going to get in a position of power. You're going to ask for a job.
I believe, though, that there is a struggle between Robert and Jonathan, though. There's a difference.
At the end of the day,
opinions.
I mean, Robert's the owner. Robert,
I know, but then you have Jonathan, who's going to be the owner, and they both have 2 different viewpoints of it.
Well, I was listening.
That's a tough fucking. Like, how do you go into a job with that though? It's like, who do you listen to? The guy that's going to be your boss, the guy that is your boss.
That is the boss right now.
But then if you listen to the guy that is your boss right now, when the other guy that's going to become the boss, then you're gone.
Let me put this. I'll put this in certain a context that I would feel as a football player. You would have Bill Belichick as the D coordinator, head coach, right? So we used to have this. It was kind of a problem sometimes. You would have Bill Belichick coach you up on how to do something. Okay, Rob, do it this way. It's YY wing. This is how I want you to do it. Then you would have Matty P going through the defense and say, hey, Rob, on this certain position, this certain way, I want you to do it this way. And then you would have Pepper Johnson, who played in the NFL for a long time with the Giants, would say, what the fuck are you doing? Do it this way. That shit don't work. So then you're like, okay, I have 3 different ways that I'm told to do one thing.
Yeah.
If I do it Pep's way and I screw up, the other 2 are going to say, well, why the hell did you do it? If I do it Matt's way, Bill and Pep are going to say, let's do it. I might as well do it the way Bill's telling me to do it, because if I fuck that up, I can just say, well, Pep, Matty, Bill told me to do it that way.
Yeah.
So you got to do it.
You're doing it that way.
You got to do it that way.
But what happened if the next year Matty P became the head coach and he looks at you and go, you don't fucking listen to me, so
Then
you're
I'm
gone.
gone.
But
See you
that's the
later.
problem is what's going to happen now, like with even Mayo, or if you bring in another coach now, who the hell are they listening to? Because there's 2 different viewpoints at the top.
You go to just like Bing. He's not going anywhere.
Who?
The top dog. He's
Robert
there.
Kraft?
Robert is there.
He could be gone like that,
no,
though.
like come on.
Yes, he could.
It's the holiday spirit. Let's go. Come on.
If
He's fine.
They have to like maneuver him where to go. It's like watching a presidential press conference.
I was gonna say, is it like Biden?
I mean, that went pretty quick.
Thank you. Hey,
Yeah, he's air shaking.
if you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? I know I would. I'd smother myself in relish. Hey, dude, that's one of the best skits ever.
That's funny.
You know who that is?
Yeah, Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Harry Carey. Hey. Hey. Oh my gosh.
So back to the Bill thing. He talked about in the article the different jobs. So they said the Bears brass was going to go other way. The Belichick trio there or whatever said the Jets were probably a good team to go to, but Belichick hates Woody Johnson, so that would never work.
It's not going to happen.
Then they thought the Giants, but the Giants were more of a rebuild, and they feel that the league sources are saying that the Giants are probably going to keep Dable. So that would be out. Then they talked about Dallas, which would have the best, but they didn't think that Jerry would turn over the team to Bill. Then they went to Jacksonville, but Lombardi was taking shots at Shad Khan's son, who runs the analytics department. So they didn't think that was going to be it. So then, all of his feelings went to just a...
What about, isn't there the Raiders?
They didn't deem that to be a worthy enough job, like a good enough job.
Why? They have the number 1 overall pick. Tom Brady is
take Shador Sanders.
I don't know. You could trade that pick.
But I wonder though if maybe
Jimmy Garoppolo.
But maybe Belichick didn't want
Jimmy Garoppolo. Go get him.
Yeah, he didn't. Maybe he didn't want to be kind of with Brady in that sense. Because he's got to win with Brady.
I'm your boss.
Yeah. So he started bringing up college stuff because he'd been hanging around
Purdue.
Steve. He'd been hanging around Steve
Purdue.
at Washington.
He has been doing that, and I think he was helping out a little bit, right?
Yeah, and then what Wickersham was told was he's going to college because, in the words of the confidant, Belichick is disgusted in what he believes the NFL has become. This was a big fuck you to the NFL for basically almost kicking him out of the league.
Or, this is another thought, he hasn't coached in a year. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. In 4 years, he'll be in the Hall of Fame. If he decided to go coach, he's going to have to reset that clock every time he coaches. He's going in the Hall of Fame.
No, he's going in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but I'm saying you don't think he cares about it. I think people generally want to be around when they get inducted into the Hall of Fame, as opposed to not here, which a lot of older coaches, when they coach a long time,
I see that
they're not here. So,
I see that.
He's got grandkids, he's got sons. Like, I don't think you dwell on the fact of like, hey, if I coach for the next 5 years and I wait 5 years, that's 10 years. I'll be, 83, 82? What's he, 72?
Yeah,
72. He signed a 5-year deal, right? So if he decided to sign with a football team and he coached 5 more years, he'll be 77 at the end of it. And then if he retired at 78, not 80, 81, 82, 83, so he's 83, 84, 85. Yeah, I don't know. I think
so, do you
he's at the average male lifespan is 73. Scary. Shit's going backwards now because all the shit we eat.
So since he's out of the NFL, do you think now that he's out, do you think the Patriots now will induct him into the Patriots Hall of Fame?
Yeah, of course he has to be in the Patriots.
Why isn't he? Why isn't he yet? He didn't coach last year.
Well, I thought it was. Isn't that a certain time frame?
Yeah, but Brady went in right after he retired. They made an exception. Shouldn't Bill Belichick have the same exception?
Bill should be in right now. Bill should be in right now.
Why is he not?
Maybe it's too fresh. Maybe the whole like moving on is too fresh.
He should have just been put in.
The what was it? The mutual separation.
Well, mutual separation. Then Kraft said he fired him.
These podcasts, they really warm you up.
Yeah. But I just don't. He should be in the Patriots Hall of Fame already right now. There should be a statue of Bill Belichick somewhere out there. I mean, the Brady
there
one's
will
not
be
up
a
yet.
statue. There's going to be.
When?
You know what it should be? It should be a statue of Brady. You know, there's that iconic photo of Bill and Brady. It should be both of them in bronze right there.
Embracing each other?
Not embracing, coaching. He's coach, he's the player. Brady with his jersey on, listening with his helmet on, and you know, he's always like this. Bill's talking to him, and that should be right there by the lighthouse. Right there with a spotlight on it. I know the exact picture, I think. Maybe I don't. There's enough pictures of him. It could be like that one where he's in the red.
With the one with Brady right behind him?
Yeah, that one right there. See that? That should be the bronze statue. That one right there. When he's in the throwback and Bill's on the field. Right there. That's it. Player and coach. The best to ever do it. That's it. Crazy that, you know, it's crazy how time flies, man. I wonder if because he's a coach and when you're a player, I'm assuming that every year just kind of goes year after year, faster. He's 2 years old. He's coached his whole life. Like when you're playing and you're on this like season mentality, it goes so fast. I wonder if he thinks like, I can't believe I'm freaking 72 years old. Like, I can't believe I'm 40. You can't believe you're what, 39?
Yeah.
Like you start to get in this.
You get there, yeah.
You're like, how the hell did that happen? How the hell did I get here so fast? I still got a ton of football to coach. I still got a ton of this. But when you're a player, you can't. You're like, oh, I'm falling apart. When you're a coach, that's just like when Sean Payton hit me up and was like, hey, you know, I got this job. I'm young. You know, he's like, I'm young. I could coach. I'm going to coach for the next 20 years. And I'm thinking, what? You're young? How old are you? I think he's, what, 59, 60?
Yeah, he's going to be upper 50.
Like, you're not going to be 80 in coaching, are you? But what did he sign? A 5-year deal?
60. Yeah.
60. So
no, he was
59.
at least 10
he was
years.
59. He's like, I'm young.
He's got like 10 years.
No, he's got 12, 15.
Yeah.
If he's like Bill.
No, I'm saying like a solid 10 years.
Solid 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's what, $15 million a year?
Yeah.
He's just gonna
I think he's more than that. I wouldn't be surprised if he's more than
making
that.
18 million, I think, a year. I think he signed a 5-year. I think he's making 18 million a year. What was it? 5 years? 5-year deal. 18 million a season. Second highest paid to Bill Belichick. Bill was making 20.
I thought
So now here's a question.
The report saying like 25.
20, 25, 30, whatever it is. But the new deal that he's signing with Carolina, is it 10 a year?
10 million a year.
10 million a year.
So it's a 3-year deal, 30 million
30.
bucks. Which is, I mean, he obviously wants to coach, right?
Yeah, it's not about the money.
It's not the money, yeah.
No, it's not the money. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Dude's probably made 200. I don't know. He ain't hurting. But that's, I mean, coaching. So if you hit that gravy, say, once you hit that I'm a good coach thing, you're Dan Campbell, right? What's his earning potential now? 200?
At least.
300?
I mean, he should be a fixture in Detroit, right? Forever.
Fixture.
Yeah. It's
Sign him to a 20 million, 15 a year. right? He'll make more as a coach in 2 years than he did his whole career as a football player.
Yeah. That could be Rob Ninkovich.
It's really hard. You have to be very, very into coaching and not into your family.
Yeah.
Like, you have to decide, like, hey, I'm going to miss every single sporting event for all my children for the next forever. And when they're 18, 19, 20, and they ask me, hey, Dad, why the hell did you miss every one of my games? You're like, well, I had this coaching gig. It's paying me a lot of money.
You considered it.
I mean, I did, but then you got to think of the other thing. And then also, too, it's rare to coach in one place for 5, 10, 15 years.
Well, especially to start. Like, you know,
like you
it
get
takes
in,
you a while.
you're out. I mean, think about it.
Bill was a bunch of places.
Yeah, like Bill's
bunch.
kids were bouncing around.
Yeah.
So, like Patrick Graham, I think about Pat Graham. He has small kids, and that's his livelihood. I get it. You have to coach. That's what you want to do. You have aspirations to be a head coach. You got to go and get that. Patriots, Miami, Giants, Raiders, Vikings, I think. Maybe he went somewhere for a year. It was like 5 teams.
Yeah.
In
Well,
6
like
years.
Yeah, you got to.
Like 6 years, you're with 5 different teams.
Yeah, you would have been in Denver.
Well, I'd be in Denver right now.
And then Washington University.
What do you
then
mean?
you would have been to like UNC.
No.
I'm saying your coaching career. If you were coaching.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
And then, like, so that's the one thing. I was talking to Bill Parcells. I hit him up this offseason, and I was asking
you know
him,
who you were?
Yeah.
Oh.
He knows who I am. When he was with the Cowboys, I asked Sean for his number, and he's like, he's expecting your call, because he recruited me in Dallas in 2006, and then he went to Miami in 2008 when he was the president.
Yeah.
And then he was the one that told me, hey, how old are you? 24 years old. I think you'll be a great inside linebacker. I drafted this guy, Teddy Bruschi. You guys are very similar, defensive ends in college, inside linebackers, same height, same blah, blah, blah. So I talked to him about coaching, and he goes, hey, you just have to realize the amount of time and movement can really affect your family. He said the one positive thing is my daughter, she's a very successful person. She can move anywhere and be fine. Like, his daughters went to 4 different high schools.
Yeah.
Like, that's hard. Like, to be a freshman in high school and then go somewhere else.
Every year of high school,
every year of high school, you're going to a different high school. Like, that is really tough. But on the flip side of it, just like a military kid, you're able to kind of like deal with that stuff. And unlike myself, I mean, I moved in the middle of 7th grade, but unlike myself, I don't like change. Like, I like to be comfortable.
Yeah.
But I know uncomfortable sometimes brings out the best. Yeah. Right. That's why, like, when you coach somebody, you're not supposed to be like, yeah, great job. You're saying that's all you got.
Well, no, now you have to say great job.
No. Say, that's it, kid.
You
suck.
Yeah.
That's all you got. I'm paying you $100,000.
You do that in the
you
NFL.
You better hit the portal.
If you do that in the NFL, they write articles about you.
You better hit the transfer portal, kid. Better hit that transfer portal, because you ain't playing here.
So do you think Bill will be successful at UNC?
I think so. I mean, isn't it like chess versus checkers in college? It's the ACC who's
he's going to outcoach.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's going to outcoach a lot of teams. The conference isn't crazy. It's not like they have a crazy amount of talent. He's not playing. He's
going to be coaching against Billy O.
Oh, really? Conference. Wow. Well, they don't play for like years.
I think they play soon.
No, I think like 2026 or something. 2 years.
Is it what it is?
I think so. I got everybody hitting me up. Hey, Rob, Sirius XM. Would you like to jump on the Alex Smith and Bryce Murray show and talk Bill Belichick? No.
$10,000. Oh, yeah, they don't play him. Oh, I guess they could play him though in like the ACC championship or something like that.
Let's see. NC football.
Yeah, they don't play him.
2025 schedule.
Yeah.
20.
It's right there.
All right. So here we go. Okay.
TCU.
TCU. Home or away? Is this
Chapel Hill?
Okay, TCU. Isn't TCU pretty good?
They're up now. They were in the playoffs 2 years ago.
You know, it's funny. He would always say, Bill would always be like, this isn't like playing
the Charlotte 49ers.
Yeah, like he'd be like,
the Richmond Spiders.
You scored 4 touchdowns versus the Charlotte 49ers. See if you could do it against the Buffalo Bills. You're like, now it's like, Bill, you better score.
You better beat the Charlotte 49ers, the Richmond
49ers.
Spiders.
You better beat the Richmond Spiders. Hey, Bill, you better put up 100 points on the Richmond Spiders, okay? And the Charlotte 49ers.
Sounds like a men's over 30 football team.
Like those two teams, they pay to play you.
I'm assuming those are exhibition games though or something.
Yeah, well, they play TCU. So okay.
Yeah, but I think they're all exhibition. That's August.
Charlotte 49ers,
Richmond
Spiders,
UCF,
spooky. The UFC
in Florida.
Okay, Florida,
California
Golden Cal, NC State,
yep,
Clemson, that'll be tough. Duke,
yeah,
basketball. Stanford, okay. Virginia, Syracuse, Wake Forest. That's not easy. That's not an easy schedule.
Is there more? Or is that it to you for the games? That's it.
So they don't know the order. That's why the dates are all different.
Yeah.
So that's
just who they're playing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not an easy schedule. You know.
I mean, this kid's from Foxborough High.
What if he goes out though his first year and beats Clemson?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be insane.
So do you think he'll be successful in college though?
I do. I mean, I don't see the only thing that I could see that could affect the ability to be successful is his call it like it is, the car salesman. You got to get some really good salesmen. You have to go and get guys that can go recruit, that are selling the university, selling Bill, selling the pro style that he's going to be coaching, and how much more of an advantage you'll have over everybody else. You are being coached by Bill Belichick, a 6-time Super Bowl champion. This is why you should come here.
Yeah.
And you'll wear Jordan cleats.
But he's going to get that, I think.
Yeah, that's that. So he'll get the talent. I don't see how he could not be successful other than he doesn't get the players. That's it. Because at the end of the day, you have to have players that can play at a high level. If you don't have players, like you can have them great situationally aware and great when it comes to understanding the game. But if you don't have the players and you're playing teams that have the players like a Clemson, that would be your only issue, I think.
Yeah.
You got to have talent.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what their roster. Now, here's the question. Because now he is the coach, do they have more guys enter the portal, or do they have guys that say, I'm opting out, I'm going to stay here with Bill? Like, can you look up North Carolina football transfer portal?
Does that come up?
I would assume. Latest on Bill Belichick. Doesn't it have a list?
Right there. Austin Blake's withdraws from transfer portal.
Okay, who's that? I've decided to take my name out of the transfer portal. Okay.
He had put it in 2 days ago.
So
you already have people now
that are
backing
deciding to stay.
Yeah. So that's not a bad thing.
No, I mean that's kind of what you want to see. Does the hiring of Bill Belichick influence more talent to come to the Tar Heels? I would assume yes. Leaving UNC through the transfer portal. Okay, so they have how many players?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 players are leaving.
Well, they're They're in the portal.
They're in the portal. So now of these,
but like a bunch has entered December 11th, December 10th, December 10th, December 9th.
Yeah.
December
So I'm
9th,
saying
December 9th.
that was before this news.
Yeah.
So how many of these guys are going to stay and how many are going to come off because they hired Bill Belichick? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players right now. So time will tell.
So the Cal quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, he entered the transfer portal less than an hour before the Belichick news broke. They're saying that he might be one of the ones that'll go.
That will go
to UNC.
I don't even know how the transfer portal works. So like you enter the portal and then all the schools look at a list of players in the portal and then they offer you a contract or a scholarship.
Yeah, you call them.
So you have to have all that information on all those players.
So supposedly, they have
how many players are in the transfer portal total?
But
all schools.
Supposedly, most schools have somebody that just watches the transfer portal. So like the minute somebody enters, they pick up the phone and call them. Well, there's somebody into the transfer portal that they're saying Belichick will target from Purdue.
Really?
Yeah, Max Clare, tight end.
College. How many players total? It's like the rankings. I would love to know like more than 1,200.
Wow.
1,200?
Yeah.
What?
It's free agency, bud.
1,200
They're a free
players
agent every year.
There's way more freaking players right there than free agency.
Yeah. That's why I think
that's a joke.
But that's why Belichick's going to be successful. He's going to be able to target the right players, and he's going to be able to get them all.
Better have a good freaking evaluation process on who's good and who's not.
But you don't. But I mean,
so you have 1,200 players in the portal, and then you have how many high school seniors that are really good that you have to evaluate? Because you have
hundreds probably.
Oh, no, way more.
Yeah,
like
probably
20,000.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like the ones that you're targeting.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have 1,200 players, and then you might have 1,200 high school seniors, and then you have 2,000 to 3,000 to 4,000 kids that you're like,
yeah, but
we need for a 90-man roster. How many?
But isn't that Bill Belichick's dream? He wrote a 400 fucking page manual and gave it to UNC.
Talk about not sleeping.
How much you want to bet he's probably been doing this for months? Like looking at he has a profile on every kid.
I just got my buddy. So I played at Purdue with a good friend of mine, and his son, I guess, is like a baller. So we already got like hey, could you send this to Bill Goldsberry? Good ass player, man.
Can you send this to Bill?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Ninkovich, fucking saying the shit on Get Up.
What I say, he can get young talent. He's getting it. Jet Goldsberry, what a name.
Speaking of
John Goldsberry was his dad.
Of people asking for favors or crediting people, did you get that article I sent you from Rob Gronkowski that I know Ninkovich probably knows about, but
what?
I'm sure he's going to be so excited to see it again.
Oh, that I helped him be the man that he is today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, iron sharpen iron, baby.
How does it make you feel that you're going to have a future Hall of Famer?
I might maybe I am. Maybe I'm the induction. Maybe I'm the guy that presents him. Me and Rob gave each other CTE for 8 years, and now we don't remember playing football.
Here it is. Play it. I think it's
the playoff picture is taking shape, and we have games to overreact to. So let's go. Let's be real. Anyone who wasn't an Eagles fan was cheering.
Is this an ad?
Is this an ad? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's an ad.
Just read the article, maybe.
Yeah, it's right there.
Ninkovich. It was definitely a no-brainer, Gronkowski said. It was really cool that they let me choose something as well. Ninkovich, we go way back. Without Ninko, I wouldn't have been the player that I was. I'm being serious. We used to go at it in the run game, one-on-ones. It's like this. We make the best of it, and that's why we're like on the practice field, just back and forth all the time, passing game and running game. The game was easy when you're going against the best. Just telling you.
You have that. You're going to get that like put on your wall at home, the quote?
Maybe a plaque.
Yeah.
You know.
Get him to sign it.
So I used to steal pictures off the wall, and there was a picture of Gronk. You know that one Super Bowl, the go route, and he caught it in the end zone against Seattle.
Rams. Oh,
Seattle,
yeah.
where it was like in the end zone.
Yeah.
Catches the ball, and I had him sign it, and he was like, "Thanks for all the head bashings. You're a beast for what you are."
Yeah.
Rob Gronkowski, hilarious.
He actually talked about that the other day. He was on Marshawn Lynch's podcast that he gripped the ball so tight when he got it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Dude, his hands are, I mean, you know, right?
Yeah.
Dude, his hand, that ball looks like a little.
Yeah, it's like a mini football.
I know.
The way he's playing.
Did you see the interaction with Brett Favre and the Gastineau? Did you see that?
No.
Watch this. Pull this up. Now, this makes me sad. This makes me think like, hopefully I'm around in 20 years, because Mark Gastineau, he was the all-time leader in sacks. Okay. And then I guess they were at like a signing event, and this is what happened.
I thought we met a long time ago. At least I saw you.
Right.
How you doing?
When you fell down for him. I'm going to get my sack back. I'm going to get my sack back, dude.
You probably would hurt me.
Well, I don't care. You hurt me. You hurt me. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You really hurt me. You hurt me, Brett.
We got to get back to this, Brett. I'm sorry.
You
I thought we met a long time ago. At least I saw you.
That's sad. I guess you don't realize that if you are a record holder, that you make a lot of residual money on those things.
Yeah.
Like, think about if you have 21 sacks and you are the leading, or just like the undefeated Miami Dolphins, right? Like, they'd never want to have anyone be an undefeated team, because I think you're able to make a ton of money on signings, and like every time you sign your name, you put NFL sack leader, all-time NFL sack leader, all single season sack record holder. So in that, there was the controversy of Brett Favre falling down and giving Strahan the record. Remember that? It was like a big thing. Like, they were like, he just fell down.
He rolled to him, and
so I mean, I guess, and now that's his reaction now. And then both of these guys have Brett. What do you say? He's got early Parkinson's, and then Gastineau has dementia.
Yeah,
which is terrible.
That was definitely sad. That was a sad thing.
And Gastineau, pull up Mark Gastineau boxing debut. He shouldn't have done this. This is what you don't do as a professional boxer. Type in boxer. There, that one right there. Versus Alonzo Highsmith. So, Dan, if ever there's a problem and I say I'm going to
fight Jake Paul,
I'm going to box, please tell me, Rob, do not fight this man. Do not box that man. Watch this. So bad, so hard to watch. Look at his style. He's probably 40. Hit that. Let's see. Gotta be
his eyes all fucked up.
Yeah. Well, he just keeps. I mean, that's not it, but they call it.
Go back a little bit.
Go back.
TJ.
The second, that one right there. Go back.
Go back a little bit. Yeah.
You just got. Oh, Jesus.
In the 30 seconds, he went down a few times.
And you see how Alonzo Highsmith getting down low and then moving in, kind of like a lineman would do. Down low, move in, and attack.
I think this was his last fight.
At least showing the improvement here. Now he knows what to do when he was hit. This after he turns around. Hold on.
Oh, God.
And he is sacked.
Well, it was not ruled a knockdown.
So That guy is scary looking. He looks, that guy. Hey, he looks like the DN for Cleveland.
Oh, Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Look how big and strong he is. I would not want to fight that guy. But anyway, sad shit.
No, it is
depressing.
Then you got big news out of the Red Sox. They made a huge trade.
Did they do something?
They made a huge trade. They got Garrett Crochet.
Crochet
From Chicago White Sox.
Oh, they suck this year too.
He's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
All right. Well,
they call him a pig because his stuff is filthy.
Ooh, it's filthy.
It's filthy.
Do they have to pay him a lot of money, or do they?
Well, he still has 2 years of like his rookie type deal.
So they're saving money. They're still making all the interest.
Well, they traded the number 2 and number 5 prospect in their system for him. He averages his strikeout rate per 9 innings is 12.9 strikeouts per 9 innings, which would put him as the best in baseball last year. Kid's good, like really good, big lefty. They did this once before when they traded for Chris Sale from the White Sox, big lefty. They won the World Series. I think that's a great move. He's probably the best available. He was probably the best available pitcher. I think he was better than Fried and all that. But the other thing with him is he's young. He's 25 years old, not 29, 30, 31 years old.
How old is he?
25.
Oh, he's a baby.
Yeah.
So he's got 10 years.
Yeah. So like if you're going to sign a long-term deal, you would sign it with a 25-year-old, not a
Don't they have
30-year-old.
I was reading something that they might have something against paying pitchers.
So John Henry has a bad taste in his mouth when he paid David Price the huge contract, which it's tough because a lot of these 30-year-old pitchers now are getting these massive deals for 8-9 years. You know, are you going to be able to be almost 40 still throwing a 98-mile-an-hour fastball? There's not a lot of Nolan Ryans out there anymore, or Randy Johnsons. So it is tough because like you're paying them a 9-year deal or 8-year deal, and you know going in, right? Like you got like 3 or 4 good years, and then the rest of it is bad. So that's a tough one. I'd rather get Crochet than sign Fried or Burns or anything like that.
What is it called when you quilt things?
Crochet.
Crochet?
Yeah.
You're going to have like people quilting?
Yeah.
Like, go Sox. Crochet.
You should be excited. He's a
Chicago
White Sox.
From Chicago, though.
Are you a White Sox or a Cubs fan?
Sox.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Worst team in baseball last year.
I know. Dude, I didn't realize how shitty the Sox and the Boilermakers were this year.
Really bad.
What is this? Trump just left the store. I can't even show this.
What?
I can't even show this. Silly. Somebody sent me that. So, what do you think Bill Belichick's success rate will be at Carolina?
I think he'll be very successful.
You think he'll be very successful? Now, here's my question. Professional, college, if he didn't win professionally and he doesn't win in college, which one's worse? Like, say it doesn't work in college, which one's worse?
Probably professionally.
Professionally?
Yeah.
So if he doesn't win in college, you could just say, well, he's never done it, the NIL, the recruiting, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
If he takes Carolina, right, and makes them great, make Carolina great again, does it help his NFL legacy, or is that all? That's like
I don't. Is there anything to help his NFL legacy though?
You can only. I mean, you can only hurt your legacy, right? So like you can.
I don't think he can hurt his legacy though, because like he goes to college, doesn't do well, it doesn't hurt his NFL legacy, and then I guess maybe if he goes to college, it does really well, and
can he be a pro and college Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
At 70, like, so if they, what does he have to do?
What if he goes out and competes for a national title with UNC in 2 years? You'd have to be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's going to put everything he has in it as like a big fuck you to the NFL, to these owners, and be like, you guys say I don't understand the new generation of football players. Well, I'll get the new generation of football players because this is the generation.
Well, wasn't that this year kind of the recoup the image, go out there, show that he can shoot the shit, have fun, laugh, joke. Yeah. I'm not just a dry. Now it'll be interesting to see.
Is he dry with it?
How is the interviews? How does it
I think
go
it'll be a little
college?
bit more looser.
I mean, But you're not gonna have like Ben Violent asking you like stupid questions. Yeah. You'll probably have like, "Hey, I'm Joe from the Tar Heel Inquirer.
What do you think of lunch today in the lunch hall?
Can you explain to me when you're punting the ball, what do the landmarks mean?" Like.
Yeah, but he'll love
silly.
that. He'll love
I know.
that.
Well,
come on here. We're gonna go back into my office and talk about it.
Get your pen and paper out. I want to tell you about special teams. Coach you the whole thing.
Here's the underestimating thing too for recruiting, right? In the NFL, when you're a free agent, you don't need your parents anymore. But when you're recruiting for college, you're talking to the parents, right? On most cases.
Yeah, well, that also could be a problem too.
But no, not right now. Because how old are the parents, right, of these kids? They're born in the 90s and the 2000s.
True.
So what do they know about football? That Bill Belichick's the greatest coach ever. So they're going to be pushing their kids towards Bill Belichick because because they grew up with him as the coach, right? During that time frame from the year 2001 to 2019, in all of sports, who was a better coach than Bill Belichick? Who was the most well-known coach during that time? Like Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
Everybody that doesn't even know really about football, they know who Bill Belichick is.
Yeah.
So like you're getting that generation of parents now that grew up with that.
But now, do you think there's some parents that really could give a shit? They just want.
There's always going to be that.
They want the most amount of money for their kid. Like,
yeah, there's always
this is a business.
There's always going to be those, but I think the majority of parents, right, are going to try to if their kid says, "I want to play in the NFL," like, wouldn't you direct them to Bill Belichick's program? That's your best shot at playing the NFL.
Yeah,
is playing for Bill Belichick. Same way it used to be. It used to be you know Nick Saban was the best shot to go play in the NFL every year, right? There's 5 kids from Alabama drafted in the first round. There's another 5 to 10 in the rest of the rounds. Like they always had the most. So you would then go to that. Like it's not going to happen year one. I mean, maybe it will because of the transfer portal now. But I think he's going to be successful year one, and I think you're going to see it in 2 years, 2-3 years. You're going to have a draft where it's like, oh, there was 3 guys drafted out of the University of North Carolina in the first round, or 4 guys. Where before, it's kind of random, right?
Yeah,
it's Peppers, Drake May. I mean, you've had other ones that haven't been good, like
That's
Mitch
true.
Trubisky and stuff like that. But he's going to get the people to go there. I just don't. I think he's going to be able to recruit, especially now that he has the money too.
But how much money?
They said
You think Michael Jordan's gonna give him money?
Yeah. I thought I read somewhere that it went from $4 million to $20 million.
How?
Because the board of trustees approves it, I think. Here's a report. North Carolina ready to massively expand NIL war chest for Bill Belichick. So North Carolina plans to increase its NIL package for football from $4 million to $20 million this year.
That's a lot.
It's 5 times.
I mean,
because you're only giving kids like a couple $100,000, like most of the kids. Like the high level ones are getting like $1 million.
Man, how many total kids are on a roster in college? What's the total amount of Division I football roster? 105 athletes. That's so many. 105. How many dress for a college football game?
63.
So you have 10 more players on the sideline.
Yeah.
But you still have 105 players that you have, because every one of those athletes, you have to pay something. Like even though the 105th is getting something.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, you have to.
No. Because
I was talking to Purdue
money.
NIL. I was talking to the guy at Purdue. He said that what they do is they collectively pay each athlete, even the swim team, even girls softball. They might get $5,000. Somebody has to. They all have to get a little check.
Yeah.
Because then you couldn't just have,
but you don't have
$20 million go to 2 or 3.
I know, yes,
and then everybody else is just like, oh, I'm a scholarship player. Can I get my food card, please?
But here, this number though, the $4 million to $20 million is just for football.
I don't know.
That's what it says. It's just for football. It's
so you have
just football.
$20 million to give to 105 athletes.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
But you don't have 105 though, because
no,
you got to
have
figure
105 kids on the roster.
I know, but you figure 50 of them are practice squad players. You don't give them anything.
You can't have 10 guys making 32 million, 3 million. It's not the way it works.
You got so many kids that just want to go there just to be on the team.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I 100%
think that's changing. I need a beer.
I think 20 million's a lot to have.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's going to get him a lot of players because you give a quarterback $4 million of it.
God, am I sore?
And if he's smart, he does it a certain way. It's like, okay, I'm going to give you $4 million to be the quarterback, but the first year you're only going to get $100,000. The second year you'll get $500,000. The third year you get $1 million, and then the fourth year you get everything else.
How old are these beers?
Some are new, some are old.
Some are new, some are old. February 24.
That's old.
Yeah. Real old. How about a 603? How old are these? Canned on 5/8/24.
That's good.
It's okay, yeah?
Yeah.
Still good. Here, have a little bit, Daniel. Daniel, son.
A nice India Pale Ale.
Yeah. Dude, so I'm going to this place called Barbell 88, right? And it's a place in Mendon, and it's it's a pretty cool gym. Check it out. But I'm freaking sore because I have a hard time, like right now, I'm 40 years old. I have a hard time walking into just a empty gym with nobody, because I don't go to I can't just go to like Lifetime.
Go to Planet Fitness.
Hey, Rob. Thought you'd be stronger. Huh. Oh, you only lift 225 on the bench? I thought you'd be benching like 315. I'm stronger than you. I should have played in the NFL. Get the fuck out of here. I could beat your ass. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, so I go to the gym, EPS. I go there. I've been there since 2010. It's like I go in there. I used to work it. I used to have to work there. So you just get like this, man, it's a great spot to train, but when you're by yourself at 5:30 in the morning, it's really hard to get the juice. So I've been going to Barbell 88 and it's got some juice. I've been trying to get the juice back. I need to hit up Julian, dude. Oh, that's good.
That's good beer.
That's a good beer. 603. I'll give this an 8.8.
Wow, wow. I think we've done this one already too. I don't think you were
I know. This is a good one though. 7.3.
It's at 8.
7.3 alcohol. I'm giving this an 8.8. Might be the highest score ever. Maybe because I'm thirsty. Maybe because we're excited.
That's a high one. I'm going 7.4.
Thursday.
5.
Who's playing tonight?
Rams.
Cowboys? No. I think it's a good game. Oh, Packers Lions? No. Is that tonight?
No. It's Rams tonight. Yeah, Rams 49ers. Puka Nacua.
Puka. Can somebody cover Puka, please? Put a freaking guy on Puka.
No, don't. I got him in my fantasy league.
Oh, wow. He's killing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Like 40 points last week.
All right. I'm going to pull out an ace, and if I do, I'm going right to the 7. Didn't happen. I'm going to go right to the lottery tickets.
So there's going to be a ton of talk about Mayo being fired here because they're not going to win every one of these games.
Stop.
There's a good chance they
might
lose
win
all these games.
Arizona. I'm taking them for Arizona.
Are you?
I'm picking them now to beat Arizona.
But there's a chance they lose all 4 games.
Yeah, there is.
So what do you think? What will you think of the team if they do fire Mayo?
That they take 2 steps backwards.
Yeah, because
I'm not going to go Michael Holley crazy. Michael Holley clip.
That was fucking awesome. You want to pull it up?
Pull up Michael Holley. He went nuts. I don't agree. They just won a Super Bowl in 2019. You can't say that they're the worst freaking franchise. They have how
NBC
many?
Sports Boston.
Yeah.
And put Michael Holley. That's not it.
It's right there, right?
No. I sent it to TJ on Instagram. I sent it to both page, you and the show's count. I think. I think it's a great take.
You think so? You agree with it?
Yeah. It would be, though. It literally, like, I don't see how you don't think that.
Well,
you get it?
I don't think this is it.
No, I sent it to him on Instagram. Here it is.
He's very loud in this one.
Yeah, this is it.
Are one of the worst franchises in the entire National Football League. If you look at franchises that name somebody as a head coach in the same calendar year that they consider moving on from that head coach, that is a lack of vision, that is a lack of organizational structure, that is chaos. And that's what they are. They're chaotic. They hired the dude. They hired him. They gave him the job. They gave him a contract. Now it's December. You want to go back and you want to check the references now? You're out of your mind. That is outrageous. That is outrageous. They are a terrible franchise. This is one of the worst franchises in football. I can't believe I'm reading that. Who does that, Gasper? That is idiotic. The New England Patriots are one of the worst.
And that starts with supposedly they've been.
I saw this today. You sent me this, right?
Yeah, they supposedly have been calling and talking to like other coaches and players about Jerod Mayo's performance.
Other players?
They're talking to people. Like it's like they're like he said they're checking references.
But how do you expect someone to do well when you have no offensive line
roster?
No like you have what, one receiver, two receivers, maybe not a number one.
Yeah,
you have a tight end, a decent tight. I like the tight ends, but
they're not like overwhelming though.
No.
It's not like Brock Bauer.
You don't have
there.
like what's his name from Cleveland?
Yeah, the Njoku.
Yeah, Njoku. That guy's a freak. He's big too.
Yeah, but like that's the thing is in their offensive line is
that guy going to be a free agent? I'd get him.
No, he resigned. Damn. Yeah, I would have loved to get Njoku. He's a monster.
Big.
But I mean, it's a flawed roster. And let's face it, the GM you put in place, you talk about Bill Belichick can't draft. Does it look like he can really draft? I mean, it didn't look like any of the picks outside of Drake May have panned out at all. I mean, his free agency was awful. I mean, they just released KJ Osborne, which was their biggest free agent wide receiver signing, and they released him.
How much did they pay him? A lot?
No, I think it was like $5 million a year or something like that. Maybe like 2 years, $10 million or something.
2 years, 10.
Yeah, but like I think almost all the free agents outside of Hooper and Gibson are on the team.
That's pretty wild.
Of like 8.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's just not a good look at all for the organization. And if they did fire Mayo after this,
if they fired Mayo, they would be taking 2 steps backwards. I'm not going to go on the Holly train and say like they're the worst. They're the organization, blah, blah, blah. I would just say that they would be making a mistake. So my thought is don't make that mistake. Give Mayo an offseason with all the 100 and whatever million you have. Go actually spend some money. Go draft some good players and see what 2025 looks like with different players, some more talent, different coaches, because there's going to be some movement there. You're probably going to lose Brien. I bet you Brien goes to Carolina maybe. Like, you're going to lose some guys. Like, there's some coaches that are going to leave from this staff.
Yeah.
So we will see what happens.
Here's their free agents class of 2024. Antonio Gibson, it's still on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Jacoby Brissett's on the team. Taki, that's on the team but really hasn't played. Hooper has been good. Gibson of course, has been good.
And he signed for league minimum. Sign him back.
Yeah. And then Jalen Hawkins. And then these are the ones that no longer are on the team. Okafor, the offensive tackle, Armon Watts, Nick Leverett, and KJ Osborne. But that's your entire free agency class when you had like $80 million to spend.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, so can you really blame Mayo?
No.
I mean,
no.
I don't.
That's why the people listening to this, the fan base, lighten the hell up. I listen to the radio every single day when I'm driving up here, when I'm in the car. and everybody's so freaking negative. It's like, geez, man. Boston, is it the weather? Is it the gloominess? Is it the rain? Make me want to go to freaking Florida.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Mayo's rubbing people the wrong way.
Where? Last year or this year?
I think this year.
Yeah, because you're frustrated. I would be pissed off too if I wasn't able to get what I wanted or have talent on my roster. Like,
well, this is from Bedard. They began to understand why Mayo rubbed some people the wrong way, including Mayo's perceived disrespect of Belichick and Bill O'Brien.
Disrespect of Belichick and Bill O'Brien.
Maybe that was from last year. Multiple sources said Mayo was harsh about the offense and staff meetings, while expressing that his side of the ball was fine.
Well, the offense sucked and the defense was doing well. Like, wouldn't you be upset if your offense couldn't score any points?
No, I mean,
take the offense that we have this year and the defense that they had last year. They would have maybe a few more wins.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't he in charge now of the defense? And it's not looking very good.
What I think he needs to do, and this is just from the outside, I think he needs to take over defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to say, I am keeping DC on. He's going to stay on the coaching.
Mayo's going to call the plays.
But Mayo's going to be calling the plays. He needs to take over DC role. Then that gives him a little bit more of the what do you do? Because I think a lot of people, they look at like McVay and they see, Sean Payton with his reading glasses on, looking at the call sheet, calling the plays. You see a lot of coaches that are calling that are either D coordinators or OCs.
Yeah, there's more of it than ever
There's
before.
more of it, yeah. But then you have your fair share of guys that were just like Bill. I mean, Bill wasn't calling the plays, but Bill would get a call from – Bill would be like, Matty, what are we running here?
Yeah.
And Matty would say, hey, we're going to go flex. And he would say,
no.
Think of something else. And then we would call, back or left. And he'd say, roll it. Like there was back and forth when it came to what we were running.
That's the thing is, I don't think Mayo has, during the game, it doesn't seem like he has much
I don't think
interaction.
you know what exactly is being said in his headset, but I do know, like, Bill had Ernie upstairs for, hey, Bill, throw the flag. I think that was incomplete. Take it out of his sock. Hey, Bill. And that's why remember that one time that he threw the flag and it was like,
and it was clearly
clearly terrible. Like,
he fucking threw the phone or
and
whatever.
He was like, dang, yeah. Ernie, if you tell me to throw a flag and I look stupid again, I'm going to come up there and I'm going to beat your ass.
You were on the team then, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think you were.
Maybe.
I just remember that when he just took the phone and just
like,
boom.
Make that a reel, TJ. And then dial in Bill. Bang, bang, bang. That's the best. I love when coaches get mad. Here, take my fucking helmet. See if you can do it. Coach.
Hey,
I didn't do that to Bill.
You did it to Matty P.
No, I didn't do that to Matty P. No.
Yeah, you did.
I asked Matty P.
Well, I mean, similar thing.
Not that context. It's crazy. Guys that played versus guys that have never played. Like Junior Seau and Pepper Johnson were going to fight.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Like, literally, there was an argument. Pepper was like, all right, what do you want to do? Let's go. Okay. And then Bill had to hey, let's not literally go beat each other up, please.
Yeah.
It's the mentality, man.
What's that?
Me and Hightower almost got into it. Like, he wanted to fight because I said something about his hamstring.
What?
Because, you
gotta say this one.
We were joking around. And sometimes, when you're joking, things can go beyond joking. And I said, Hightower, you can't even do a hamstring stretch without tearing your hamstring, or a high kick. And I did like a high kick, and I was like, oh, my hamstring. And he got pissed.
He wanted to fight you?
Oh, yeah, he wanted to fight. And then in my head, I'm like, man, that dude's got a big head. I don't know if I could beat him up. Like, he's very strong.
He had to be younger
fast.
then.
Yeah, he was young.
Yeah.
There's two people that there's one person that I wouldn't want to fight. And, like they say, like, live or die on the sword. Like, I'll die on the sword before I fucking cower. I would fight anybody. I would not fight Jamie Collins.
No.
I won't fight Jamie. Like, if me and Jamie Collins had a problem,
just say,
I
thank
would
you,
say,
sir.
Mr. Collins, can we work through this and can we figure out a solution? Because I do not want to mess with you. Because Jamie is very explosive. His fist, like, we used to he used to grab a football and he would walk up to you and he would like wrestle over the ball. So, like, he has the ball, he holds it, looks at you, doesn't say a word. You put your hand on the ball and you just try to wrestle for it. His hands are so big and he's so strong, you can't get the ball from him. So, and I think I have a decent sized fist. His fist is one more knuckle.
One more knuckle bigger?
It's one full knuckle. So literally his fist is this big, that big. So him, and as explosive as he is, if he was to punch you, he might kill you. Like, he might kill you. So I would not mess with Jamie Collins.
He was a crazy athlete, too.
Dude, he could do backflips.
I know.
Type in Jamie Collins backflip.
Remember when he jumped? He was the one that really started, one of the ones that started jumping the center.
Right there, that first clip on YouTube. This man is 270 pounds right here. 270 pounds. You shouldn't be able to do this at 270. Not just one flip. It's like
8
gymnast shit. You don't want to mess with him. And I wouldn't. That's why.
Hey guys, welcome to the Fumble. I'm Crystal Marine. New England Patriots linebacker Jamie Collins put his athletics all over the place.
All right, show the backflips. Look at this. Oh, hey, I'm just going to do a few springs. Do you hear his feet hitting the ground?
Yep, that was 7 backhand
That is
springs
ridiculous.
And a back tuck all in a row.
Cheers.
Let's take another look.
I don't
and
think
this
he can
time
do that
try not
now.
to get
'Cause I
dizzy
think now
watching.
he's a little heavier. But, dude, that is crazy. The dude's 6'3", 270 right there. Hear his feet hitting the ground? Do you hear that thump? That is
If
pressure.
Bill Belichick ends up
Look at
coming
Bill.
across this video, he'll most likely
His
be
microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Get the bag on it.
All right. I think we need to do our picks. That's a
Yeah.
wrap.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
All right.
All right.
What's the
Ninko's
top one?
close. I think I'm
I think you're
within
close.
one. We're going to do a tally, but I think I'm close. I'm within striking distance
Yeah.
of
All right.
winning
So
the sucker.
game tonight: Rams at 49ers.
Rams.
Commanders at Saints.
Saints.
Commanders. That's a win.
No, I don't think so.
Derek Carr's out.
Oh, shit.
Chiefs versus
No.
Browns.
No. I forgot.
You made the pick. You made the pick.
No, I forgot. I forgot. He is out. I got to go Commanders. No, I didn't know. I got to go Commanders. Commanders.
Supposed to come prepared.
Commanders.
Prepared.
All right, stop. Rams, Commanders. That's Ninko's pick. TJ, let's go, baby.
Chiefs at Browns.
Chiefs.
Bengals at Titans.
Bengals.
Dolphins at Texans.
Texans.
Ravens at Giants.
Ravens. Jets at Jaguars.
Jets
what a
at
shitty
Jaguars.
game.
Woohoo.
Jets. I'm going Jets.
I'm going Jets. I don't want to pick back Jones.
No.
Cowboys at Panthers. Go Panthers. Come on. Go Panthers.
I'm going Panthers.
I'll go Cowboys.
Okay.
Buccaneers at Chargers.
Chargers.
I'll go Bucks.
Oh, fuck.
Colts at Broncos.
Broncos.
Bills at Lions. Ooh, that's a good freaking game. Why is it only a
great
4 o'clock game?
I don't
That should be
know.
like a Monday
I'm
night
watching
game.
that one.
That's a good game.
Lions.
I'm going Lions too. It's at home.
Yep.
Steelers at Eagles.
I'm going Eagles.
Packers at Seahawks. Sunday night game.
Packers.
I'll go Packers. 2 Monday night games. Bears at Vikings.
I'm going Vikings.
Falcons at Raiders.
Come on, that ain't even.
I'll go Raiders.
Okay.
Then you're going to have Sunday, 1 o'clock or 4:30. Same time as the freaking Bills game.
4:30 game. All right.
Because they're in the West Coast.
Oh, that's right.
Patriots at Cardinals.
I'm going
What?
Almost said Packers. Patriots.
I'll go Patriots too because Mayo is coaching for his job. This is like the one game that's actually winnable that's left. Mm-hmm. And they might surprise you and beat the Bills.
I'm going Patriots.
Yeah, I'll go
CT
Patriots too.
Me.
All right, so I think that's a
wrap. That was a good episode. We had a lot in that one.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
Yeah, it was a good one.
All right.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, whole 9 yards. See you guys next week.
See you guys. Take care.
It's almost Christmas.
Go Tar Heels.